The first signs came not with lights in the sky or radio signals from the stars, but in the quiet halls of a quantum research facility beneath the Antarctic ice. Dr. Sarah Chen stared at her holographic display, watching patterns that shouldn't exist ripple through the quantum field. The same patterns had been appearing for months now, too regular to be natural, too subtle to be noticed by conventional equipment. "They're watching us," she said to the empty room, her voice barely a whisper. But the room wasn't truly empty. Quantum encrypted channels carried her words instantly to facilities buried deep beneath every continent. Within hours, the Council of Silence convened in their virtual chamber. 12 figures, representing Earth's most secretive and advanced scientific organization, appeared as simple geometric shapes, a security measure that had become habit over their 50 years of hidden existence. The Federation's observation posts have increased by 27% in the last solar month, Dr. Chen reported, her octahedron avatar pulsing softly. "They're preparing for contact, but they still haven't detected our quantum network or our gravity manipulation capabilities." The dodecahedron representing Admiral James Morgan rotated slowly. "Then we maintain our advantage. For 50 years, we've watched them watching us. Every probe they sent, every cloaked satellite they positioned, all of them transmitting through subspace channels they thought we couldn't detect. And all of them telling us exactly how their technology works," added Dr. Patel, her pyramid glowing with quiet amusement. "They think they're studying a pre-FTL civilization, but we've reverse-engineered every piece of technology they'd brought into our solar system." The Council's leader, known only as the Sphere, expanded slightly. "Our latest estimates suggest the Federation will initiate first contact within 3 months. They've followed this pattern with 27 other civilizations. They appear benevolent on the surface, offering technology, knowledge, and membership in their galactic community. But we've seen the price of that membership." Dr. Chen's avatar darkened. "Every civilization that joins is subtly reshaped, their unique developments channeled into the Federation's approved paths. They call it harmonization. We call it cultural engineering. Through quantum channels that the Federation's finest instruments couldn't detect, the Council reviewed the data they'd gathered. The Federation's gifts of technology came with hidden strings, subtle dependencies that would make Earth reliant on Federation infrastructure. Their seemingly generous sharing of knowledge was carefully curated to guide Earth's development along predetermined paths. "We've built something different here," Admiral Morgan said. "While they watched us develop what they thought was primitive fusion power, we perfected zero-point energy. While they monitored our early experiments with neural interfaces, we achieved true quantum consciousness integration. We've developed in ways they never imagined possible because they never saw our real work." The Sphere pulsed with approval. "Humanity has achieved something unique in the galaxy, true independent development. We've learned from the Federation's technology without becoming dependent on it. We've studied their social engineering without falling prey to it. And we've done it all while maintaining the greatest deception in human history." Dr. Chen's avatar brightened. "The Antarctic facility detected something new today. They're bringing in their first contact fleet, 7 ships hiding behind Jupiter's magnetic field. They think they're invisible to us." A touch of pride entered her voice. "They don't realize we've already mapped every molecule of their hull plating." "Then it's time for Phase Omega," the Sphere announced. "Humanity won't be joining the Federation. At least not on their terms. Dr. Chen, initiate the quantum field expansion. Admiral Morgan, bring our gravity web online. Dr. Patel, begin the consciousness upload to the defense network." Across the solar system, technology that had been hidden for decades began to awaken. Quantum fields shifted, gravity wells deepened, and consciousness expanded through networks that existed between the spaces between spaces. Humanity had spent 50 years preparing for this moment, building capabilities that the Federation couldn't imagine, let alone detect. "Remember," the Sphere said, "our goal isn't conflict. We've seen enough of their civilization to know they're not malevolent, just limited, set in their ways. convinced their path is the only path. Our goal is to show them there are other possibilities. As the Council dissolved their virtual meeting, Dr. Chen remained in her Antarctic facility, watching the quantum field readings. Soon, the Federation would make their carefully choreographed first contact, expecting to find a young, promising civilization ready to be guided into their galactic community. Instead, they would find humanity had already charted its own course to the stars. The Watchers were about to discover they'd been watched, and the galaxy would never be quite the same again. In the depths of space, the Federation's first contact fleet prepared their approach, unaware that humanity had spent half a century preparing for this moment. Their carefully planned revelation of advanced technology would be met not with awe, but with quiet amusement. Their offered guidance would be politely declined by a civilization that had already evolved beyond their understanding. The silent Watchers were about to discover that sometimes the watched have secrets of their own. Deep within the Mariana Trench, in a facility that officially didn't exist, Project Oracle hummed with possibilities. The quantum prediction matrix filled an entire section of the underwater complex, its crystalline structures pulsing with calculations that stretched across probable futures like strands of an infinite web. Dr. Maya Patel stood before the main observation window, watching the quantum streams flow through the heart of Oracle. Each stream represented a different potential future, calculated through the analysis of quantum fluctuations across space-time. Behind her, Federation Ambassador Lux waited with barely contained impatience, their bioluminescent skin shifting through shades of disbelief. "Impossible," Lux whispered, their translator struggling to convey the depth of their shock. "You're saying you knew we were coming? That you predicted not just our arrival, but the exact words I would use in first contact?" Maya allowed herself a small smile. "Would you like to hear the rest of your prepared speech? The one about humanity's potential and our unique development path? Or should we skip to the part where you offer us Federation membership?" In the quantum streams before them, countless possible futures played out simultaneously. Maya could see them all. The futures where humanity joined the Federation, the ones where they remained independent, and the intricate web of consequences that spiraled out from each decision. "We built Oracle 30 years ago," Maya explained, watching Lux's skin pulse with increasing agitation. "At first, we could only see minutes into potential futures, then hours, then days. Now," she gestured at the flowing quantum streams, "we can calculate probable outcomes years in advance, across the entire galaxy." Lux stepped closer to the window, their four eyes widening. "That's how you avoided our observation posts. How you developed technology without triggering our monitoring systems. You could see which developments would draw attention." "More than that," Maya said, "we could see the long-term consequences of Federation membership. The subtle ways your standardized technology would limit our growth. The carefully designed programs that would gradually align our thinking with Federation norms." She turned to face the ambassador directly. "We saw how creative, unique civilizations slowly became homogeneous. Through quantum-encrypted channels, Maya received updates from facilities across Earth. The Federation's first contact fleet remained in high orbit, still believing they were making history by revealing their presence to humanity. They didn't realize that Oracle had predicted their exact arrival time 3 years ago. "Your civilization's achievements are remarkable," Lux admitted, their skin shifting to a deep blue of respect tinged with fear. "But surely you see the benefits of Federation membership. The shared knowledge, the trade opportunities, the protection. Protection from threats that largely exist because of Federation standardization." Maya interrupted gently. "When every civilization develops along the same technological path, they become vulnerable to the same weaknesses. We've seen futures where entire sectors fall to quantum viruses because every world uses the same basic computer architecture." She waved her hand, and the quantum streams shifted, showing glimpses of potential futures. "But we've also seen futures where the Federation evolves, where it learns to embrace diversity in technological and social development, where it becomes stronger by encouraging unique paths rather than enforcing standardization. Lux's skin rippled with patterns Maya had never seen before. The translator remained silent, apparently unable to convert the ambassador's emotions into words. Before them, Oracle continued its calculations, processing quantum fluctuations from across the galaxy, mapping out millions of possible futures. "That's why we revealed Oracle to you," Maya said softly. "Not to boast about our achievements, but to show you what's possible when a civilization is allowed to develop without guidance, without being subtly pushed toward predetermined outcomes." She touched a control panel, and new quantum streams appeared, showing futures where Federation worlds began developing their own unique technologies again, where ancient cultures remembered their original innovations and built upon them in new ways. These are the futures we're interested in, not joining the Federation as it is, but helping it become something more. Through quantum channels, Maya received confirmation that similar conversations were happening in Federation ships across the solar system. Humanity had carefully chosen this moment, using Oracle's predictions to identify the exact time when the Federation would be most receptive to change. "Your civilization," Lux said slowly, their skin settling into a thoughtful purple, "has achieved something we thought impossible. You've developed technology that operates on principles we never imagined, predicted futures we couldn't see, and maintained your cultural independence despite our best, our most comprehensive programs. And we're willing to share it all," Maya replied, "not as a subject species joining the Federation, but as equals offering a different path. Oracle has shown us millions of possible futures, Ambassador Lux. In the best of them, humanity doesn't join the Federation. We help it transform." In the quantum streams before them, futures shifted and realigned as the conversation altered probabilities across the galaxy. Project Oracle continued its calculations, mapping out the ripples of change that would spread from this moment, showing humanity the path to a future where diversity of thought and development became the Federation's greatest strength rather than its greatest fear. The Federation Council chamber hung in space like a jewel, its crystalline structure reflecting starlight in mesmerizing patterns. Inside, Federation High Counselor Ven stood motionless as Dr. Elena Santos, Earth's chief diplomat, systematically dismantled 3 centuries of Federation policy with nothing but historical data and quantum-verified predictions. "Let's discuss the Arcturus incident," Elena said, her holographic avatar standing calmly before the assembled council. "Specifically, how humanity prevented it from escalating into a sector-wide war 60 years ago, long before we were supposed to have achieved spaceflight." The council chamber erupted in murmurs. Then secondary breathing bladders inflated, a sign of stress their species couldn't hide. "That's impossible. The Arcturus situation was resolved through natural diplomatic channels." Elena's smile carried centuries of human secrets. Those diplomatic channels were carefully engineered by quantum-cloaked human observers. The trade agreement that prevented the conflict, written by Earth's sinosociologists. The chance meeting between the Arcturian and Centaurian ambassadors, orchestrated by our temporal probability engineers. Through her quantum link, Elena received real-time updates from Project Oracle. The probability streams showed this revelation creating exactly the ripples they needed across the Federation's political structure. Humanity had spent decades practicing this diplomatic dance, running millions of simulations to find the perfect moment for each revelation. Humanity has maintained a network of quantum-cloaked observation posts throughout Federation space for over 70 years, Elena continued. Not to gather intelligence for conflict, but to understand, protect, and occasionally guide. She gestured, and holographic displays materialized around the chamber, showing historical events that every council member recognized. The prevention of the Orient Cascade, the Sirius Reformation, the Great Reconciliation, moments when the Federation had seemed destined for war or collapse, only to find unexpected paths to peace and progress. "We called it Project Guardian," Elena explained. "While the Federation watched Earth for signs of primitive spaceflight, we were quietly ensuring the stability of galactic civilization, not through force or manipulation, but through understanding and carefully timed interventions. A younger council member, their crystalline form vibrating with agitation, spoke up. Why? Why protect a civilization that didn't even know you existed? Alina's expression softened, because we saw the potential in the Federation. Through Oracle's predictions, we saw what this alliance of worlds could become if it survived its growing pains. We saw a future worth preserving. The chamber's quantum sensors registered the shifting emotional states of the council members: shock, disbelief, anger, and gradually, understanding. Alina had rehearsed this moment countless times in simulation, but the reality carried its own weight. The Federation's greatest strength, she continued, has always been its ability to bring worlds together. But its greatest weakness was trying to make those worlds uniform. Every civilization you've encountered, you've guided down the same technological and social paths. You've created unity through conformity. Ven's color shifted to deep indigo, a sign of deep contemplation in their species. You speak of our methods as if they were flawed, yet you've manipulated events just as we have. There's a crucial difference, Alina replied. We never forced outcomes. We simply created opportunities. When the Arcturus crisis loomed, we didn't dictate terms. We made sure the right people had chances to find their own solutions. We preserved free will while preventing catastrophe. Through quantum channels, Alina received confirmation that similar revelations were being made across Federation space. Carefully hidden human observers were stepping out of the shadows, showing how they had helped maintain peace and stability without enforcing conformity. Humanity is offering the Federation a choice, Alina said, her voice carrying the weight of decades of preparation. Continue on your current path of enforced standardization, or embrace a new model. One where diversity is seen as strength, where different paths of development are encouraged rather than corrected. The holographic displays shifted, showing predictions from Project Oracle, futures where Federation worlds rediscovered their unique cultural and technological heritage, where ancient traditions merged with new innovations in ways the standardized development model had never allowed. We've protected the Federation for decades, Alina concluded, not because we wanted to control it, but because we saw what it could become. A true alliance of unique civilizations, each contributing their own perspectives and innovations. Not a uniform empire, but a diverse cosmos of possibilities. The council chamber fell silent as the implications sank in. Through quantum sensors, Alina could detect the subtle shifts in thought patterns and emotional states. The seeds of change were taking root, exactly as Oracle had predicted. In facilities across Earth, humans monitored the quantum probability streams, watching as the future of galactic civilization balanced on this moment of truth. Humanity hadn't spent 70 years hiding their capabilities just to join the Federation. They had waited for the perfect moment to help it evolve. In the quantum-shielded heart of the Titan Research Station, Admiral Sarah Chen, formerly Dr. Chen of the Antarctic facility, activated the Revelation Protocol. Around her, holographic displays sparked to life, showing thousands of hidden human installations across Federation space. Each point of light represented decades of careful intervention, of lives saved and wars prevented without anyone knowing humanity was there. Federation Grand Administrator Excel stood beside her, their crystalline form refracting light in patterns that indicated deep emotional turmoil. All this time, they whispered, we thought we were the guardians of galactic peace. In many ways, you were, Sarah replied, manipulating the display to zoom in on a particular sector. Look at the Carina cluster. 3 years ago, when the quantum plague nearly devastated those systems, Federation emergency response teams saved billions of lives. But the cure, Cell said slowly, their crystal lattice dimming with realization. The cure appeared so quickly. Sarah nodded. Because we had developed it 5 years earlier, predicting the plague through Oracle. When it struck, we simply ensured the right Federation scientists found the right research at the right time. They did the work. They saved those lives. We just helped them do it faster. The display shifted, showing a vast network of quantum tunnels, invisible pathways through subspace that humanity had used to maintain their hidden presence. Each tunnel represented a different type of intervention: technological nudges, diplomatic suggestions, cultural preservation efforts. The Federation sees itself as a force for unity, Sarah explained. And it is. But somewhere along the way, unity became uniformity. Every world that joins the Federation ends up developing along the same technological path, adopting the same cultural norms, losing what makes them unique. Through quantum channels, Sarah received updates from human facilities across the galaxy. The Federation's leadership was being shown similar revelations everywhere, each tailored to their specific worlds and cultures. It was the largest coordinated diplomatic operation in human history. Here, she said, highlighting a particular cluster of stars: the Pleiades Preservation Project. When the Federation discovered the Seven Sisters civilizations, their development path would have erased 6,000 years of unique cultural evolution. Our anthropologists worked for decades, subtly ensuring their traditions survived integration. Zell's crystalline form vibrated with confusion. But our records show those cultures chose to maintain their traditions on their own. They did choose, Sarah confirmed. We just made sure they knew they had a choice. The Federation's integration protocols are so efficient, so convincing, most civilizations don't realize there are alternatives. The holographic display shifted again, showing the quantum probability streams that Oracle monitored constantly. Each stream represented a different possible future, branching and recombining in complex patterns. Humanity's greatest achievement isn't our technology, Sarah said softly. It's our understanding that diversity, true diversity, not just superficial differences, is essential for the survival of galactic civilization. She highlighted specific probability streams, showing futures where standardized Federation technology faced catastrophic failures because no alternative systems existed. Then she showed other streams, where diverse approaches to science and culture created resilience, allowing civilization to survive challenges that would have devastated a more uniform society. We've prevented 27 major wars, Sarah continued, not through force or dominance, but by ensuring people had the chance to find better solutions. We've preserved 83 unique technological development paths that the Federation would have inadvertently erased. We've protected countless cultural traditions that Oracle showed us would be crucial for future innovations. Zell moved closer to the display, their crystalline form beginning to resonate with the quantum frequencies humanity used for communication. It was a sign of adaptation Sarah had hoped to see, proof that the Federation could learn new ways of thinking. You've been the hidden guardians, Zell said, their voice carrying new understanding. Not conquering, not controlling, but preserving and protecting. Why reveal yourselves now? Sarah smiled, activating the final phase of the Revelation Protocol. The holographic display expanded, showing the next 100 years of probable futures. Because the galaxy is about to face challenges that no single approach can solve. The Federation's unity combined with true diversity. That's the key to survival. Around them, the quantum probability streams shifted and flowed, showing futures where the Federation evolved into something new. Not an enforcer of uniformity, but a protector of diversity. Not a force for standardization, but a catalyst for innovation. Humanity doesn't want to rule the Federation, Sarah explained. We don't even want to change it forcibly. We want to show you what we've learned from watching and protecting galactic civilization for 70 years. The greatest strength comes from unity without uniformity, cooperation without conformity. As the truth of humanity's hidden hand spread across Federation space, quantum sensors detected a subtle shift in the probability streams. The future was changing, not through force or manipulation, but through understanding. The hidden guardians were hidden no longer, and the galaxy would never be the same. The Gateway Station materialized in Earth orbit, like a flower blooming in space, its quantum crystalline structure defying everything the Federation knew about physics and engineering. Representatives from every Federation world watched in awe as humanity revealed their masterpiece. Not a weapon or a shield, but a bridge between possible futures. Dr. Elena Santos stood with Federation High Council leader Ven and Grand Administrator Xel in the station's central chamber, surrounded by displays showing real-time quantum probability streams from Project Oracle. But these weren't just predictions, they were windows into potential futures, each one a path that galactic civilization could choose to follow. For 70 years, Elena said, humanity has watched, protected, and guided from the shadows. Now we're offering something more. Not membership in the Federation as it exists, but partnership in what it could become. The quantum displays shifted, showing a future where Federation worlds retained their unique developmental paths while sharing knowledge and resources, where ancient traditions and advanced technologies merged in ways that created entirely new possibilities, where unity came from celebrating differences rather than erasing them. The gateway isn't just a station, Elena explained, gesturing to the crystalline structures around them. It's a proof of concept. Every panel, every circuit, combines technologies from a dozen different developmental paths that the Federation would have standardized out of existence. Even the quantum crystals themselves were developed by combining human science with principles we learned from civilizations you hadn't contacted yet. Ven's auxiliary sensory organs pulsed with recognition. The cultures we thought were pre-contact, they already had technologies we never imagined. Elena nodded, because they developed along different paths. The Federation's standardization protocols are so efficient that no one realizes how much potential they erase. But humanity saw it all through Oracle, and we preserved those possibilities. Through quantum channels that spanned the galaxy, similar revelations were being shared on every Federation world. The hidden guardians were showing not just what they had done, but what could still be done. The challenges coming to our galaxy can't be solved with a single approach, Elena continued. Oracle has shown us threats that would devastate standardized systems, but can be overcome through diverse solutions. We've seen problems that require combining technologies in ways the Federation never imagined possible. The station's quantum field expanded, connecting with Oracle networks across human space. The probability streams shifted, showing futures where Federation worlds rediscovered their original innovation paths, where ancient wisdom combined with new discoveries to create technologies that surpassed anything either approach could have achieved alone. This is humanity's invitation, Elena said, her voice carrying the weight of 70 years of preparation. Not to join us, but to evolve with us. To transform the Federation from a force for standardization into a catalyst for innovation. To create a galactic civilization that grows stronger through diversity rather than uniformity. Zell's crystalline form resonated with the station's quantum field, a sign that they were beginning to perceive reality the way humanity did, as a sea of possibilities rather than a single path. You're not just offering us technology, they said. You're offering us a new way of existing. We're offering you the truth we learned from watching galactic civilization for 7 decades, Elena replied. The greatest achievements don't come from following a single path. They come from finding new paths, from combining different ways of thinking, from allowing every civilization to contribute its unique perspective to the whole. The gateway's quantum field pulsed, and suddenly every being in the station could see what humanity had seen through Oracle, the incredible potential that lay dormant in every Federation world, the innovations that could emerge from combining different technological and cultural approaches, the strength that came from unity without uniformity. Humanity spent 70 years hiding our true capabilities, Elena said, not because we feared the Federation, but because we needed to show you another way was possible. We developed our technology in secret to prove that different paths could lead to incredible advances. We protected galactic civilization from the shadows to demonstrate that unity doesn't require uniformity. The quantum probability streams converged on possible futures where the Federation transformed into something greater than it had ever been. Not an enforcer of standards, but a preserver of diversity. Not a force for conformity, but a catalyst for innovation. This is humanity's gift to the galaxy, Elena concluded. Not our technology, not our protection, but our understanding that the greatest strength comes from embracing all possibilities. The gateway is exactly what its name suggests, a passage to a new way of existing as a galactic civilization. As the truth of humanity's invitation spread across Federation space, the quantum probability streams began to shift. Futures that had once seemed impossible became probable. Paths that had been closed by standardization began to reopen. The hidden guardians had completed their longest mission, not by forcing change, but by showing that change was possible. The galaxy would never be the same, and that was exactly what humanity had spent 70 years working to achieve.